Hello everyone, I've created this video to show you how to match bodies, shapes and images when you create new game characters in your game. So I'm going to start with the basic demo that we used last week. In it we have this game package that contains a game class and a mouse handler class. Let's take a look at how the directory structure looks like for this basic demo. We have these 5 directories inside the basic demo, and today we're going to use mostly with the data directory, which contains the bowling ball image and the yellow bird image, and in addition I've downloaded this dog image that we're going to try to import into our game today. And in addition we have a source code directory, and in it we have these game and mouse handler source code files that we could already see in here in our NetBeans project. Alright, so first to create a new shape we will use the PolygonEditor, and for that you need to download the PolygonEditor source code from Moodle in the project resources. So I'm downloading this Java file and I'll be storing it in the source directory in the basic demo. See, now the PolygonEditor Java file is stored in src in basic demo, and NetBeans has detected this and updated the project folder to reflect it. So let's open the PolygonEditor, and normally if you run the project from here the game file will be run. However, we can also run this individual file because it has its own main function. To do that, we right-click on PolygonEditor and select Run File. If you do that, you get this empty grid. Nothing interesting happens yet. We need to tell this PolygonEditor to load the image, the dog image, that I've just downloaded into the data folder. So we'd like this to show into that grid image. To do that, we track down this line 243, and we notice that file name right now is set to null. Instead of having it set to null, we will change that to we want to run the PolygonEditor, and behold, the PolygonEditor loaded our dog image into the grid. Now, what this PolygonEditor allows us to do is click points around the dog to approximate its shape. However, do remember that there are certain limitations in the types of polygons that the engine can load. One of the limitations is that it can only have 8 points. Still, with 8 points we can approximate the shape relatively well. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we don't need to close the polygon because the engine will do this for us. We're all done here. We can close this little window. And what we will see is that in this output box here, the PolygonEditor printed a bunch of coordinates. These are the coordinates of the polygon that we just defined, and we will use them to create our own shape. Specifically, we are going to introduce a new game character, a dog character, and we're going to do this the proper way by creating a new game class for it. To do this, we go to Game and introduce a new Java class, which we're going to call Dog. And we want our dog to be a dynamic body. So we say that our dog class extends dynamic body. Now, NetBeans doesn't know who dynamic body is yet. And that's because we need to import the dynamic body class from the city engine. Good. NetBeans also says that we don't have yet a suitable constructor for our dynamic body. That's fine. We can also introduce that. We're going to use the default constructor, which takes a world as a parameter. And now we are all set as far as NetBeans is concerned, but we will want to add the polygon shape that we've just defined as the shape of our dog. So we define a new polygon shape and we simply copy these coordinates from here into here. And we select Fix Imports to make sure that we import this polygon shape into our project. Perfect. See, polygon shape was imported and we are all set. The next thing to do is also add a fixture built around this shape. The fixture takes a dog, so this as a parameter, and the shape itself. And in fact, this needs to be a solid fixture. Again, we make sure that we import this. I pressed Alt-Enter to show these suggestions, NetBeans suggestions. Here, got it. And we need to add to this dog, so this dog, an image. This takes as a parameter a body image, which will say should be data dog. Again, we make sure we add this, Alt-Enter and add import. And this, of course, needs to be a string because it's a path to a file. This looks pretty good. Now let's add this dog, which we've just defined, to our game. So we go back into the game class, and there's a comment somewhere saying add more bodies here. So we can add this new body. And let's see what happens if we run the project now. Well, we got this error here saying that the polygon is not convex. Remember, that's the second rule of polygons, that they need to be convex, have 8 points and be convex. That's fine. So we're going to go back to the polygon editor, run it again, right-click, and this time we're going to try to come up with a polygon that is convex. Here we go. Close the window, copy the points, the last line, and paste it into our dog shape. Now let's see what happens. Here we have a dog. A very small dog though. Okay, I'll show you how to make the dog a little bit bigger. The way to do it is you go back into the Polygon editor and you see this variable here called box height. And instead of having it at 1, I will say here 3, which makes which will make the polygon shape 3 times bigger. So we rerun the Polygon editor. We copy the points again, paste them into our dog class. And we will also make this image that we load into the body a little bit bigger. Perfect. We have a bigger dog now. And one more thing that we can do is make sure our dog starts in the right position rather than falling from the sky. So we go outside here and set a new position. We need to create this vec2 object at 0 and 10. Or is it minus 10? It's minus 10. Here we go. Now, if I drop these balls, you can see that the shape of the dog matches the image of the dog. And that's it. That's how you use the Polygon editor to create new characters that have a nice new image and a shape that matches that image.